Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is your Thursday reading. It is Thanksgiving Day in the United States. I'm making this, or I'm recording this on Wednesday. I feel, okay, the vibe is different. I'm just going to put this out there. The vibe is different. Um, and I know the holiday season can hold a lot of happiness or a lot of sadness for a whole lot of people, and sometimes both. um, for any number of reasons. But if you celebrate it, great. If you don't, great. But just please make sure you take care of yourself first and foremost. If you need to pull in, pull back, kind of just cocoon, or if you need to go full on out and bring in as many people or go to the party or do whatever, you do what is going to be healthiest for you, okay? Mind, body, and spirit. Um, but as far as the vibe today, I pulled my little frog, my little magical frog mug. That's green inside, and I love. There's actually coffee in there. It's just a massive mug. Mm. Mm. Oh, it's warm and it's warm. Um, so the vibe and the energy. It's it's almost making me breathless. Kind of like the way when spirits show up. So I do feel like we are going to have a lot of spirit activity around us, but I also feel like it's going to be watchful, and it almost feels a little more protective. So I feel like these are spirits that have moved on. I also feel like the vibe is one of um what I'm hearing is be true to yourself, be true to who you are, be true to your nature. So whatever that means to you, it's like you don't have to pretend or play or put on a false face for other people. If that's the case, find your family, find your group, find your people. Okay. Um, all right. And this is a general reading. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Only take it if it resonates. But the vibe I'm picking up on as well is one of, and I keep saying change, change. I always seem to say change, but I feel like this is for Thursday, and I feel like it's today. I feel like there's going to be a coming to a closure of one way of life and the beginning of a new way of life. It isn't bad, it isn't scary, it's just uh, different. And it almost feels like I'm feeling breathless and a little excited. So I don't know exactly what that's going to entail or mean, because sometimes we just need to let life unfold too. If we know absolutely everything, that kind of defeats the purpose of coming into the incarnation. We do need to let some things just be and unfold the way they need to unfold, because that could change. Even up to the last minute, it could change. Everyone has free will, and that's important to remember. But I do feel like overwhelmingly that there is going to be a close of a chapter, a closing out of one way of living to open up room for something new. And I just heard the word refreshing. So it might be a positive change. It could be a refreshing change. I certainly hope so. Okay. Let's see if we can get some information from the cards. I pulled out the a Sandra Ann Taylor deck, the Energy Oracle cards, and I do want to get to this, but I'm being pulled to the Gilded Tarot Royale. Okay, this is a little. I just ripped off the top of the box. It's a little tiny mini deck. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's see what the vibe is for Thursday. The Star. So, wish upon a star. They always make the star person naked. Let me get it up close, but I'll cover her up. There we go. Because, there are broadcast rules, or, it's public on the internet rules, so whatever. Um, Okay, and what else do we have? Huh, okay. So we have the Star, the Empress, and the Tower. Okay. They want me to wait here and look at these for just a minute. For some of you, it's going to be careful what you wish for. For some of you, I think the majority of you, if this is your reading, with the Star and the Empress, two strong, powerful cards, I don't feel like the Tower is a bad tower. I feel like it's, help me out, Spirit. Someone is coming into their own. Someone is coming into their strength. So someone with this particular tower on the heels of the Star and the Empress, this to me, the old way is dying. And again, the new way is being built from the ground up in the way you want to see it built, not built on old structures. This is crumbling all the way down. And for some reason, I've never really noticed it before, but in this particular deck, there's a crown on top of the tower, like the kind of a kingly, queenly crown. It is toppling over. So yes, I try not to make this gender-based, but again, it feels like it's the rising up of the feminine divine again. That's interesting. That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it would be a greater period of nurturing and strength with compassion. And then another way, a third way to look at it is from a very realistic point of view, or just a very down-to-earth kind of point of view, would be you're not going to pretend, you are simply going to be. And that's a good thing. Help me out here. What else is going on? All right, so there are that's three possible readings, but I feel like there's something else going on with this. I feel like there's a story or a reading, an aspect of this reading that we haven't tapped, or I haven't tapped into yet. You guys may have. All right, the next one is the Page of Swords. And even though this is a young person, that is a very intense expression on that face, guarding the castle, guarding a way of life. But it's a youth. It's a young energy. It's a lack of experience. It doesn't have to be young. It could just be a lack of experience. Yeah. All right. This is interesting. All right. So then we have the Justice card with the sun on the bottom. The balancing of the scales. Lady Justice. You've got this, and that comes after the page. And then we have an Ace of Swords. And then, Seven of Wands. Okay, it's almost like it's this person with a little bit more experience, right? There's a similarity that's undeniable in those two images. And I'm not looking at the card right now, or the number of the card. I'm looking at the images. That is what's jumping out at me. All right, we're going to see about getting one more card. And then, and as I said that, this popped up. Eight of Swords. Oh, that's weird. And I just dropped it kind of further away from me. Let's see. Is there anything? No, not this deck. All right, so we're going to get some clarifiers from another deck. Let me put this right here for now. All right, let me get some clarifiers. Spirit, please take over. I feel like there are multiple readings embedded in this, but I want the most prevalent, or the most dominant reading. Light Seers. All right, Light Seers for clarification. Light Seers Tarot. All right. What I'm hearing is what we think is a prison is not. What we think we create in our own head very often. Not always. I mean, there are other people in our lives, other structures in place, and sometimes, yeah, they can do a lot of damage. How much power are we going to give it? That is the question that they're posing, Spirit is posing. But now, Spirit, help me. They want me to get the clarifiers first. Okay, it'll make sense after I get the clarifiers. Great. Well, clarify this reading, please, because there's like 3 or 4 things going on here, and it's a little confusing, and it feels disjointed, and it feels like it's... How many people are involved in this? It feels like there are 3 people, not like a romantic triangle, nothing like that in this instance, but it feels like there are 3 distinct people involved in this. 3 people, 1 situation. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I'll go ahead and finish out. See if anything else comes out. I kind of doubt it. No. Okay. All right. So 2 of them fell on the floor. Let's see what we got here. All right. Yeah, this kind of makes sense too. All right. So the clarifiers: 5 of Wands, a little bit of strife. In this instance, it's not fighting, though. It's people that if they worked together, they could build a ladder and escape whatever they're in. But they refuse to work together. So instead, it's just chaos ensues, and they keep crumbling down like a tower again. And then we end with the 2 of Cups. Coming together. Coming together for divine union, coming together for divine inspiration is what I'm hearing. An inspired way of being. What I'm hearing is that there's going to be a little bit of a rough road. It's not going to be easy. But I feel as though there are going to be a couple of factions that come together in a way that would be unexpected. People are going to come together in a way that is entirely unexpected. They are going to work together. They are going to rebuild a tower, but it's not going to be a tall tower with a crown on top. It's going to be, I'm seeing a garden, like a community garden image in my head. People are going to stop worrying about what anyone else is doing and focus on what they are doing individually in their lives. So these are kind of little dicey to begin with, but it feels good where it ends up. Now, there are some growing pains in the process here, but justice will be had. And I said there were 3 people involved. I think there are 3 entities or 3 groups. Okay. So the bottom line of this and the vibe is that we are getting ready to move into an entirely new phase of existence. Maybe that age of Aquarius business is real, you all. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be nice? All right. The individual as a cog as an important cog in the wheel that makes it turn is going to be just as important as the person turning the crank, watching the wheel turn. I hope that makes sense. I know that was kind of nebulous. Ultimately, the message is you as an individual are important in this process. The future cannot happen and will not happen. We cannot build this grand community livable space without the individual. So the importance of the individual as part of the collective is the change we're moving into, instead of the individual looking out only for the individual. So this is a true coming into community is what it feels like. And that's good. All right. Then we all have a shared interest. All right. Yeah. Well, I think that's a good message for today. The individual is important as part of a community rather than the individual looking out for their own interests only. I got to figure out how to word that because I think that's what this is about. So this is what it's going to be called, and that's the vibe. And that's this breathless, nervous feeling is because we are about to move into a new reality. And as scary as that sounds, because there's that phrase about, well, don't get another job because it's all about the demons. You know how to handle them. You know what's wrong. Or, well, don't move to a new place because you already know what's wrong with the one you got. Why go get something else? Well, but it could be better. Why are you worried about what could be wrong? Let's think about what could be better. Yes, things will always go wrong no matter where you are. But things will always have a way of being right, too. And it might be a new right that's bigger and better for everyone. Okay. All right. Well, I still feel pulled to this Energy Oracle deck. This one used to be a lot bigger. I cut it down. It was the first, I think I've told you all. This is the first one I've actually tried to cut down, and I did not really measure very well, so they're a little uneven. But that's okay. I mean, they're pretty close, but anyway. So let's see what we've got. Mother, Father, God, Spirit Guides, Guardians. What is the message for the collective today? What is the What is the dominant message for the collective today? A broken heart. Well, holidays are notorious for that. Ugh. The world. But guess what? Your broken heart is about over. Your broken heart is about to end. Okay. Yeah. I love this. This could not be better. I'm ending on this because this is a perfect reading. All right, 3 cards. I ask, what's the vibe for the collective, or what's the general reading? What's the general message for the collective? A broken heart. That is not fun. But guess what? The world, it is coming all the way back around. That looks like an eclipse. That's getting ready to move out, and the sun will shine again, and a whole new day will dawn, and you have come full circle. You are coming out of that broken heart, and you are moving into caring connections. Now, that could be romance, that could be family, that could be friends, that could be community. This has all been about community, this reading, but this could be any number of things. This could be moving into for some of you, it's going to be moving into a calling. You're going to understand fully what it is that you want to do with your life. And it may shock a few people. I feel like we are moving into a phase of humanitarianism. A lot of you are going to start doing work that it's not going to happen right away because we still have a very monetized society, but eventually we are going to move into the value of humanitarian-based work. And we will be sure that all people involved in that work will be taken care of. I know it doesn't happen right now, so that will be a positive change. But caring connections. So we are moving into caring connections. Now that, again, might be romance, it might be friendships, it might be family, it could be a career path, but you are moving away from this and into this. So that is overdue. All right, everybody, this was kind of short, but I'm going to leave it here because that was actually a very positive reading from start to finish, I think. I am sending love and gratitude to all of you. Get my coffee. We are about to evolve, grow, and change in a wonderful way. And I'm so grateful for all of you. I am so deeply grateful. You matter, and you have a perfect soul. And I am sending all of you so much love and gratitude. Let's drink up. Coffee's getting cold. Mm. Mm. Yum. And this is cheap coffee, and it's still good. Coffee's coffee, right? All right, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you later.